Let's get it. Let's get into it, motherfuckers. Okay. Tonight we are not going to be back testing just because it's getting kind of late. I will simply be doing SPX forecasting. The date is that does not look like no mother trucking. Wow, I guess it is. Okay. Oh, that's right. Is it right here? There it is. Okay. SPX forecasting. We're forecasting for the 19th, but it is /18/23. Drop that down. Smart money concepts. And there you have it. Save. Okay. So let's get into it, huh? Why don't we? Let's pull this chart over here. Chart here. If possible, please. If possible, please come on over here. Chart loading. Chart is loading. This ads have been like that. It's just loading up. Maybe there is a way out to zoom out a little bit more. Yes, there is. Let's stick with the 80. Now, just to zoom out a little bit, because, yeah. And then we're going to actually go full screen. Yeah. Full screen. So you guys can really get into the mode. Actually, we gotta. So we're gonna do some forecasting. I don't typically do higher time frame forecasting, but I have discovered that it is needed and actually much smarter and necessary even. No, it is necessary. You should be forecasting the night before. I have not been doing so. I'm gonna start forecasting, recording myself forecasting. In a way, this is like a journal. But if you find value in it, you find value in it. I'm speaking to nobody right now, but maybe one of you out there is eventually going to see this and good. So why don't we do some forecasting, huh? First of all, let's get our chart here cleaned up, and we are just going to start on the daily. Don't want to go too far back, you know. Just want to keep it. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Well, all right, so we've got. We're going to first mark out areas of liquidity. The major areas. Wow, I really cannot see these charts that well, can I? Maybe it was a bad idea zooming out because I can't see anything. Okay, that's actually a lot better. Queso. Let me stop playing. Yeah, this is what we're looking at right now. Make it look pretty, I guess. No, we're not gonna waste our time with that right now. So yeah, those are our major. This is kind of the range that we're inside of right now. So we can actually play around and see, where are we? Obviously, we're in a premium. Okay. We are in a premium right now. We are nearing that buy side liquidity on the daily time frame. We're going to just leave a horizontal line here. No, not a horizontal line. We're going to leave a nice ray here at equilibrium just so we know where it is. Get rid of that. Equilibrium, we'll change up the color. Make it yellow. A nice bright yellow. Where's equilibrium? It's right here. Okay. We got sell side. We got buy side. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Is there a wick down there, dude? I cannot see it. There is a wick. It's all the way down here. I've got to change my color scheme up because what the heck, dude? Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at here in terms of external liquidity. Now this is on the daily, so I actually do want to mark out the fact that we've got quite a bit of liquidity right here. Sell side liquidity. And while we're at it, we're just gonna have to change the chart because I cannot see the candles on this purple. The wicks, dude. The wicks gotta be black. Wow, that just makes it so much better. Why were they ever purple? I do not know. This makes it 10 times easier to see. Okay. As we can see, though, now let's be chill here because this is my first time really doing forecasting on a higher time frame. So I'm kind of just messing around, seeing what I see. I see on the daily, we've rejected this area multiple times. Wick, tap, tap. It tapped it multiple times. So this is an important area for sure. And I actually think that we're going to trade either into this area, which if we extend this way, what do we see? This is a fair value gap, a big one that's actually been traded into already. And I could see it tapping into this again. If we wanted to draw that out, just real quick, something like here and then up. Obviously, it's not going to look down up, but that's kind of the forecast. But if we look at these last few daily candles, there's not been a ton. Look at what we've done. Doji, 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 doji. Well, we just started this candle, but the last 3 days from last Friday, Monday, and today, we've just kind of inched our way up. And we may possibly just kind of do that. Just kind of boop, 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 boop. Just slowly boop, boop. You know, just something stupid like that, right? That could be a possibility as well. Okay, so yeah, we've got an order, or we've got a fair value gap here that I definitely think we could trade into. Equilibrium is all the way down here though, so you know, once we break through this level, if we go through here and we just go straight through this liquidity, our next area is this fair value gap, and then down through equilibrium. And once we get down here, you know, price will probably slow down for a bit, figure out where it wants to go. I mean, look at what it does when it gets around equilibrium, as you can see. Yeah, so let's see. We've also got an order block. Point this out. You know, order block here. All right, let's drop to the 4 hour. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I don't think there's any news. If there is news, it's minimal. Okay, so here's what there is to see. Again, with where we're at right now, this whole area is just kind of up for grabs. Like this area here is just waiting to be tapped into. I genuinely think, I mean, if it doesn't tap into this tomorrow or this week, this is where we're coming back to. Like, we have to tap into this area right here. There's just too many wicks. There's too much liquidity sitting all in this area. It is a important zone, genuinely. And if we go looking through today, like, what? This is market open. I mean, that doesn't look like a big drop off, but it actually was a pretty steep drop right here. Again, though, price never closed below here. Never really closed below this area of liquidity here. It swept it. Sell side liquidity sweep. And it actually created a high. So what would be ideal tomorrow is, and this is what London could do. I don't know for sure if this is what London will do. When I wake up tomorrow, we're going to analyze and see. But I could easily see London doing something along the lines of liquidity sweep. And then when we get into market open tomorrow, right here, if we can close right there above this, we're definitely coming up. You know, this is definitely, if we can, this is going to be a break of structure. If we sweep liquidity especially and then come up, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's powerful stuff. If not, and this is all dependent on London, okay, we could see something more along the lines of price sweeps either this liquidity or even this liquidity, and then kind of plays around, maybe even comes and tests all the way back up to here before a skyrocket down. But that is not something that I'm going to really worry about. My forecast is we sweep this liquidity one more time during London. Let's mark out the previous day highs and lows real quick. So let me just get rid of some of this stuff just because we don't really need it. So here's the previous day high and lows right here. I actually genuinely think my forecast is during London session, while I'm sleeping, we sweep the low. I think we take out a low. We may even come even further down, take out even Monday's low. Okay, maybe we play around, then take out this low, come up, then come crashing down, and then sweep. I mean, that's not for sure or anything, but I actually like that. That actually looks like a potential move. It's Wednesday tomorrow. Tomorrow, I actually genuinely think it's going to be a pretty good day. It's going to be a pretty good movement day. As you can see, the last few days, we haven't had good movement. We're waiting for some move to happen. Market's just kind of chilling. There hasn't been a ton of opportunity. It's been choppy. It's been a little bit confusing. We drop down to the 1 hour here. You know, overall structure. Overall, the structure is bullish, right? We got this. We got how do you don't know how to keep using that. We got that. Oh my gosh. These ellipses are booked. What are we making is the point. Higher high. Higher high. I mean higher low. Higher low. Higher low. This is clearly bullish price structure. We're making higher lows, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Ideally, what do we want to see? Another higher high. And where does the higher high actually coincide with? This whole area of liquidity. It's lining up pretty good that we're going to go sweep that buy side liquidity tomorrow. But before it does that, I actually do think it's going to sweep some sort of liquidity in this area. Now, if it takes out it could take out obviously the previous day high, which was right here at 41.74. Could take out the low, 41.40.9. Could take out that low. I think we take out one of those lows. We sweep some liquidity. Ideally, I think what happens is this. This is what I've been saying, and I'm going to keep pounding it down. This is my bias for tomorrow. This is the forecast is sweep. Either sweep here and then sweep there, and then from there, I don't know. That's not really a concern of mine right now. Or sweep here, then go up. I mean, if it's crazy tomorrow, which I don't see this happening, but go ahead and sweep all the way down and then all the way up. Those are what I see right now. These are my forecasts. This is a quick little short little thing. just kind of testing out how I would forecast. Ideally, I'd like to be a little bit more prepared. Start writing this kind of stuff down. But yeah, that's the forecast. I guess I could break into what I traded today, my loss for today real quick. We'll even replay it. Nah, we don't need to do all that. Oh, this is way back here. What am I doing? Here we are. So, I was trading this morning. We'll drop down to the 15 minute. The 15 minute. And yeah, look, this was happening this morning. We were making highs that haven't been touched in months. So, ideally, it really wasn't a day that I want to trade because of that. Like, I don't know what it's going to do. It's touching into higher time frame levels that haven't been hit in a long time. I should have been able to say, this is probably a moment where you want to wait and chill and see what happens. Like, that's pretty much what the idea should have been. But it didn't do that, didn't listen. And I was looking to catch buys in the morning. Bad idea, I know. Because we tanked. I believe I was looking at like this liquidity. Maybe even there. Probably, actually. I actually think I was even looking at that fair value gap. And yeah, 5 minute. We don't trade till market opens at least. So, boom, there's market open. Okay, so yeah, this is what I did was I was looking for a buy right around here. I ended up not taking it. On the 1 minute, I actually saw a short on a breaker structure right in here after this liquidity right here gets swept. Let me delete these. We saw price come up to right here, sweeping two buy-side liquidities. Not huge, but it did sweep some liquidity there. Scooped up some liquidity. Kind of just tested this area. You could even say it kind of tested this OB here, 5 minute order block. Like that. Barely tapped it, but did hit it. And then, yeah, that should have been where the short was. But instead, we didn't short that entire move as I watched it purge this liquidity, this liquidity, this liquidity, this liquidity. So it purged all that. And if you look on the 5 minute, I don't see no breaker structure. Well, if I'd entered on the 5 minute, I would have never even taken the trade. But instead, we dropped down to the uno momento. And I saw this as we had our high set out right here after we just swept that liquidity that I marked out. Boom. And what do you know? 1 minute candle break above. Tried to take a buy right here. Really fighting the trend. I mean, this was we know there was a loss. This was the crux of the mistake here was, look, this was the trade that I literally had marked. I had the low marked here. And yeah, look at that, bro. Actually, I don't even think I had the low marked there. I think I had it marked all the way up here. And so it was a big move down, but in reality, that wasn't even that big of a move down. Like, okay, we get, say, let's account for some spread. Yeah, we'll put our stop loss right here. 65 pips, bro. I don't understand. I should have just taken this. This was an excellent trade, actually. We'll say 65 was right here. Do we happen to have any? We had a little bit of liquidity right here that we would have to be weary about. But then the next area is here. You could say there, and then down here. And then like here, here, here. Like we could have just kept, we could have caught this thing all the way down. But instead, I let this thing drop. Firstly, before I even entered, this bad boy dropped 134 points. Why am I trying to take a buy after a 134 point drop? I don't. Gotta stop trading against the trend. That's the honest truth. Anyways, that's kind of the end of this. It's just a short little stream there. Kind of just forecast. I'm bullish, but I think we're going to see a liquidity purge to the downside before we see any more bullish movement. But we'll check back in on London, see if it swept all that sell side or if it swept the buy side. And we'll see if it broke through any previous day highs, any weekly or weekly openings or highs or lows, and we'll see where it goes from there. So that's the forecast.